Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to dive into Tampa Pro 2021 entire lineup of 18 contenders. First of all, coach AJ athlete Joel Thomas is going to compete after 2 years. Last time we have seen him in Tampa Pro 2019 at 8th place. Now in the most recent update, he is 1 week out and definitely he looks ready for battling out for top places in Tampa Pro. Representing Russia, Mohammad Emam is 3 days out in the progress pictures after performing well in Indy Pro, New York Pro and Cali Pro. Tampa Pro is going to be his 4th show of the year and he will be vying for top places in the event. From team Matt Jensen, Chul, the definition Griffen is stepping on stage after 2019 Tampa Pro where he was at 7th place. His coach says after taking 2020 off to just focus on improving, I'm very confident that you guys will be seeing the best version of Chul's this weekend. According to my standpoint, Griffen's abdominal area always hindered him placing higher, but this time we will see some major improvements in his physique. 40 years old IFBB Pro Kevin Jordan is making a comeback. He is returning to competition after 3 years absence from stage. He was at 6th place in his last show 2018 Chicago Pro. Now he's working with one of the best coaches, Chad Nichols, for Tampa Pro. We have another very strong contender, Maxx in the lineup, who was at 3rd place just 2 weeks before in Chicago Pro. Whereas almost 43 years old Seung Chul is coming all the way from Korea. 5 days out in the most recent update, Lee seems to me fighting for top places in the show, as we have already seen him beating Maxx in last year Mr. Olympia. Next on the list we have the oldest contender in the lineup, 47 years old Phil Klaha. His coach has given a preview of his physique 3 days out to the show. This time Phil is bringing his much tighter and fuller look on stage. Czech athlete Slavi Bednar has shared his progress 1 week away to the show. His physique has very impressive balance which allowed him to beat much bigger contender Phil Klaha just 2 weeks before in Chicago Pro. Camilo Diaz from Colombia is going to compete in his 5th show of the year. Although he could not crack top 5 in any show this year, but he still has determination and willpower to keep competing. Possibly we have 3 pro debuts in the show. First of all, Jeff, who turned pro last year, and Tampa Pro is going to be his first ever professional show. Douglas Fruche also turned pro some weeks before and he has decided to dive into Tampa Pro as his pro debut show. Eiren Gauley at 290 pounds is going to make his pro debut in Tampa Pro. 3 days out in the current update, he looks extremely impressive and I can say it's going to be very sensational pro debut. 10 days out in the update, Dorian Haywoo is promising to come with new detail and definition on his physique, as he claims he performed well in Indy Pro as well as in New York Pro, but his last show Puerto Rico Pro could not help him to earn any points for Olympia qualification. After participating in Chicago Pro, Justin McKee as well as Matt Kuba both are going to compete in their 2nd show of the year. At 272 pounds, Keith Williams is 10 days out in the update. Egyptian mass monster Mohammad Shaaban is not slowing down anytime soon, very consistent this year, and I see him giving tough time to Canadian contender on stage this weekend. And lastly, very strong Olympian Iain Valliere is the fan favorite for winning the show, and his progress is the evidence that he has much higher chances winning the Olympia qualifier show Tampa Pro. Apparently it looks like he's unbeatable in the show, as Rolly Winkler is not doing Tampa Pro, so it will be interesting to see who is going to challenge him this weekend and who is actually going to be the last man standing. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for all new updates.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.